With new reaction from the Idaho police chief as authorities remove personal belongings from the house where the grisly quadruple murder happened more than 3 weeks ago. Alexis McAdams just spoke with him. She is live with us now in Moscow. Alexis, good afternoon.
Trace, good afternoon. Yeah, we just talked to the police chief who actually, because it's a small department, had to book this U-Haul himself, bring it out here, and help these investigators load dozens, and I mean dozens of boxes full of the belongings of these girls into that truck. Now their plan is to give it back to the family. This was an emotional time for those investigators too, Trace, because inside of that house behind me here in Moscow, Idaho, this was a horrible crime scene, we were told by sources and investigators. So for them to have to go back in there now when it's still a crime scene that's wrapped by tape here, there was still a lot to process. Last time they were in there and really had a lot of investigating going on was quite a few days ago. To see the chief back out here on the ground by himself, we had some answers for him. We were able to get some questions rather for him in, and this was his answer. Listen. What you guys went in there to do?
Yeah, we just went in to gather the belongings, and we're just trying to get stuff back to the family so that they can have some closure.
Okay. What did you guys kind of take out? Was it specific things the family wanted?
Some of the things that the family wanted, and then just other belongings.
And we just learned some new information too, Trace, that we were trying to nail down on this timeline of where the victims were. The fraternity house, Sigma Chi, that Ethan was a fraternity member at, is just about 200 steps from where I'm standing right now. So there was a 4 to 5 hour time gap that investigators were trying to figure out where Ethan and his girlfriend Xana were. We were now told by investigators just a few hours ago that they believe those two were at the fraternity party the entire night. So that does close up a gap. And the police chief has told me they have more information than people think and are on the right track. Trace?
When they say information, Alexis, I'm curious about that. Do they believe they're going to come out with something in the near future? Because the parents are getting awfully frustrated.
Yeah, parents are frustrated, and the police chief talked directly to Xana's dad, who's been the most outspoken, Trace, about that lack of information. He says it's done because they want this, Trace, to get to trial, and they don't want anybody to know anything, including the killer, to know anything that they have. So when I asked if they could at least talk more about the murder weapon, could they say it was a guy or a girl? Did the person leave on foot? They said they're not going to say anything because they don't want the killer to know what they have. So that's why they don't release it, but they said they have a lot of information. So that's hopeful.
Yeah, it is hopeful. Alexis McAdams,
Yeah.
Good stuff as always. Thank you. Well, Dr.